Let's be honest. When was the last time you opened up your pantry and thought, why do I have all these unused spices? Oh, yeah. And they've been expired? Oh, yeah. And a can of pumpkin that maybe expired in 2021? Well, guess what? Yeah, me too. I've been there. Yep. But here's the thing. When our spaces are like that, cluttered, overflowing, stuffed with things we don't even use, it's not just inconvenient, it actually makes us harder to feel grateful. That's a different thought, isn't it? And November is supposed to be the month of gratitude, right? But it's hard to be thankful for what you have when you can't even find what's underneath all those piles. So, today I want to show you how organizing can become a gratitude practice. I'll walk you through a couple of steps using my Fresh Start method that can help you clear not just the clutter, but also that mental load. So there's more room for being thankful. By the end, you'll have a clear path forward, and I'm going to give you a super simple challenge. Yes, a super simple one you can try out this week that will shift how you will feel in your own home. So, are you ready? Let's dive right in. Hey, friend, just a quick break before we continue. If you're already feeling that holiday rush coming on, no worries, I've got you covered. The Holiday Planner 2025 is your all in one printable to keep November and December stress free. What it includes your holiday countdown calendar, decoration checklist, gift list, budget tracker, meal planner, oh my gosh, even a grocery list, party games, and even space for some holiday notes all in one simple, beautiful layout. And this is the best part. It's free and it's an easy download. The link is down below in the show notes. So grab your copy today. Now, let's get back to today's episode. If you tuned in last week, you know we talked about getting holiday ready, the 3 zones. I decluttered first and how my Thanksgiving prep checklist saved me from that classic last minute chaos. But this week, we're going to go a little bit deeper. We're going to be talking about gratitude. And here's the truth gratitude isn't just something you scribble in a journal on Thanksgiving Day, it shows up in the way we live in our homes every single day. So let me tell you a quick story. One of my clients felt so overwhelmed last year. Maybe you felt that way as well. Her kitchen counters were covered with paperwork, which included the bills, the school paper, the mail, those magazines that come in the mail every day. And she told me that she didn't even want to cook dinner anymore because she just didn't feel like it was her home anymore. We cleared just one area of the counter together, not the whole kitchen, just that one area on the counter. And when we were done, she looked at me and she said, "You know what? Just doing this small little area, it's making me feel already a little bit lighter." I don't know if you understand that, Deanna, but I actually feel that I might be able to cook dinner tonight. So that's gratitude. It's sneaking back in. So, my question to you is when you walk into your kitchen or into your living room at the end of the day, does it feel like a space where you can breathe? Or does it make it feel a little bit heavier? I know for me, when I walk into a space that's clear and calm, I immediately feel much more thankful for it and I smile actually. I have a smile on my face. Yes, I do, like I am now. But when it's cluttered, I do get anxiety. I get that angst of like, why? What happened here? But it's like gratitude gets buried because it's what? It's under all that pile, all of that underneath that stuff. And so here is just a different way of looking at how to simplify with gratitude in mind, okay? So decluttering isn't just about getting rid of stuff. It's about noticing what's actually left and choosing to be thankful for it. Another way of saying, okay, so here we go. What do you mean by that, Deanna? Well, here we go. So in my pantry, I have found, and this is in the past because now I have my routines, as you all know, and I share with you, and you can download my daily, weekly, monthly checklist in my pantry when I had found unopened boxes of pasta. Instead of being annoyed at myself of that overbearing, I thought, wow, I cannot believe I didn't see any of this. Like, what happened? Like, what did I do? Okay, fine. So, what about that entryway where I might have not seen those shoes that was not placed on my shoe mat? Okay, so did this carry me through, you know, whatever might happen for that day? But being thankful for being able to see all of that and grateful, this is where it's given me these chances. So in my closet, when I donate my clothes, I say to myself, you know what? I'm so happy that I'm able to fill up a bag because I do keep a shopping bag in my closet. Yes, I do. Just like I share with all my clients to do that as well, and with you. If you don't do this, you might want to start. It actually helps you let go of some things in your closet a little bit faster. So, if you don't know what I'm talking about leaving a bag, a shopping bag for donated clothes items, so that you know that if it hasn't fit, you don't like it, it you realize that it's just not your style anymore, just put it in the bag. Easy. It's right there. It's a no-brainer. And then when the bag is full, you just take it to your car straight. Don't stop. It's like a do not stop. Keep going in the car so that you can actually make that donation. So I did work with a mom who was felt crushed by her kids' toys. I don't know about you, but Legos does have a way of making you feel that way, right? Feeling like, oh my gosh, I'm going to feel letting go of all these Legos because they were toys that were gifts that were given. And so, how can we just reframe that thought process, right? So, aside from all of these Legos, there were all these accessories of more toys. Those toys that were scattered not only in the playroom, but throughout other areas at home, like the living room, the kitchen, and the TV room. Are you feeling me? Are you in one of those situations where you have toys just scattered just so beautifully into giving you all this like extra stuff? So, you know what? We did a little bit of perspective. We put everything together, we kind of organized it. We kind of looked at some of those toys, actually, their kids were outgrowing them. So, we were able that by process of elimination, making sure that there was no other family members or neighbors that she can actually give them to, and or any other household members that wanted to have these toys. So the next step was then to donate them. And she did. She donated them to a local charity for children. And you know what? She felt really good about it because not only did her perspective shift, but she suddenly felt like she wasn't like weighed down anymore by walking into areas of her home that had all this excess of these toys and these Legos. So gratitude turns what we have enough into, right? So here is my question to you. What's that one space in your home that makes you sigh every time you look at it? And how would you feel and what would you say if you had it all cleared away? Instead of getting frustrated with yourself, right? You could say, thank you. I'm so happy that this is, clear. I don't know. I'm happy about this. I took the time and I took care of it. I simplified, I tweaked it, and I reset it. So now let's talk about those tweaking routines, right? This is where that real magic happens. Because again, once you let go, you do that decluttering, quote unquote, quote, the next step is again to tweak. It's the way to adjust how you use your space so gratitude sneaks in naturally. So this is how you can do it. So of course, my evening reset, it became part of like, I don't know, a ritual aside from that habit, but it is. It's the folding of the blankets by the sofa in the TV room. It's fluffing those pillows. Instead of me being annoyed, I just have to say, you know what? I'm going to be so thankful for the next day. Yes. Do I have late nights in the kitchen because I refuse to wake up the next morning and have dirty dishes in the sink? Yes. Do I run the dishwasher? Yes. Do I do my coffee? Yes. Am I sometimes so annoyed? Am I so tired that I just feel like, why am I doing this? And I'm thinking, you know what? I know exactly why I'm doing this because I want to wake up tomorrow and not have to deal with it and just be happy and be like, wow, you know what? I'm closing out my day and it's going to feel really good. And that is what has saved me time and time again. It's that 10 minutes at night. It's that 15-minute reset that you want to do before you go to bed because you know what? It's the next morning that is going to say, "Thank you, Deanna. Thank you so much for doing what you did last night. I know you were exhausted, but so thank you. And here's your cup of coffee. Here's it. It's fresh cup of coffee for you." And so yeah, you know what? Do I have times again about that night reset where I don't get to do all areas of my home? And maybe I do have to run the dishwasher the next morning, but the gist is that everything else is relatively put away. I feel really good about it. And yes, that does happen to me. So I'm just sharing that with you, okay? So according to the UC Davis research, people who practice gratitude daily report 25% more happiness and better sleep. So, how about this? Those little tweaks are not just to feel good, they actually are scientifically powerful. So, gratitude is not only the greatest of virtues, but the parent of all the others. So here's a reflection for you, my friend. What's that one daily routine that makes you feel stressed right now? Right this minute, right? You were thinking about it. Come on, if you're like doing something, if you're multitasking, come back, circle back with me. And what's that one small tweak that you could turn into a moment of gratitude? So the last piece, it's that reset, the reset of the rituals of gratitude. So yes, this is all about Thanksgiving. It's the month of being gratitude and being grateful, right? So the last piece is the reset. It's the building the gratitude that's going to go into your traditions and into your rhythms of your daily lives. So, I'm going to share with you some of my resets that I just love and I actually do use. So, I do literally do have a holiday donation bin. So, this is where I keep one in my office. Yes, everything goes in my office. I might as well keep it in my office, right? But this is where I drop in items as I go through my house. You could do the same where you want to, declutter and donate before December. It's not only organizing, but it's also giving and plus that gratitude, and it's all in one. So you're doing that, organizing, giving, and gratitude all in one. You can't get better than that, right? But then, of course, if you wanted to, you could throw in at Thanksgiving. You can have where everyone around the table says something that they're thankful for. You might want to have note cards. Maybe you want to have them write it down and then they can read it aloud. It kind of like gives that whole mood shifts from stress to connections, and people can probably relate. Of course, my weekly reset, it's actually one that I do every Sunday. It is beautiful for me. It's a day that's perfect for my meal planning, my, reset from the last week. What did I, miss out on? What do I need to focus on carrying forward? What do I get to do for the next day, which would be Monday? Do I need to get my car ready? Do I not? What is the week ahead? So last Thanksgiving, instead of rushing for that cleanup, friends actually say, and they actually like to be asked. Everyone wants to share one thing, right? And then they also want to share something that they're thankful for. So what I do, just to share with you what I do, I love giving care packages, leftovers of the Thanksgiving meal that I have at my house. And so even my teenagers, yes, my teenagers and their friends say that is actually one of their favorite parts of the night, because making these care packages is something given by love and knowing that they are able to give it to their friends and to our family members that are here with us that day to carry on the Thanksgiving tradition and the feast for at least for a couple of days. And the Psychology Today reports that gratitude can lower blood pressure, strengthen immunity, and even help people bounce back faster from stress. It's not just an emotional shift, it's physical too. Gratitude is the fairest blossom which springs from the soul by Henry Ward Beecher. So, what is that small ritual that you can add to your home this season that keeps gratitude alive? A note at the dinner table. What about that Sunday walk? Or what about creating a donation bin? So let's do a quick recap. Ready? We want to simplify with gratitude. We want to declutter while noticing what you're thankful for. We want to tweak those routines, build gratitude into habits you already do every day. And then we want to reset with rituals. Anchor gratitude into your traditions. If you only do one thing this week, what would it be? Would you start a gratitude jar? There have some that have done that. I have not, but you could start it. By Thanksgiving, you'll see just how much you already have to be thankful for. So here's a reflection for you. If you started today, what would be your very first gratitude note and what would it say? Pause and really think about it and write it down. So here's your challenge for the week. Pick one space in your home that feels heavy. Maybe it's your kitchen counter. Maybe it's your fridge. Maybe it's the pile of shoes by the door, or maybe in the garage. Declutter it for about 15 minutes, and as you let go of each item, just say thank you. Just a different way of thinking about things, right? Then, if you wanted to, you could write it down on how you felt afterwards on a slip of paper and drop it into that newly created gratitude jar. These are just ideas of things that you could possibly do for the month of November. Now, you'll not only have a lighter space, you'll also have a reminder that gratitude shows up when you make room for it. Organizing isn't just about clear counters or pretty bins, it's about creating space for gratitude, presence, and happiness. If you're still in need for a Thanksgiving prep checklist, no worries. I still have attached it to the show notes in today's episodes. It's still there, and no worries. And it pairs perfectly with what we talked about today. Next week, we'll be talking about holiday prep without losing your sanity. Simple systems when your guests' parties and work deadlines all collide. Trust me, you'll want this one before that holiday calendar fills up. Until then,